Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead on AMC. This is for Season 2, Episode 4, which is called Blood in the Streets. Wow, so spoiler warning, if you guys haven't seen this week's episode yet, you definitely want to watch it before you watch my review. So this week's episode was incredible. I mean, you guys know I loved episode 3 if you saw my review of it, and I was extremely impressed with it and thought it was probably the second best episode they've done, aside from the season 1 finale. But now, getting to see this episode, I feel like this one's probably even better, and maybe, depending on how you feel, what your tastes are, may even like it better than the season 1 finale. This was an incredible episode and a great episode for the series. I mean, we got to see some awesome flashback sequences for Strand, which were just incredible, I thought, because with him, it's like we knew that his backstory had to be interesting, but we didn't get to find out until now what happened to him and how he had this boat, how he had seemingly all this success, and now in this week's episode, we actually find out through some really, really clever and well done flashbacks, because of course he's kind of delirious in the water. He doesn't really know what's happening, so we're kind of seeing things as he's kind of, I suppose, having these flashback sequences to kind of catch us up on some of these other characters that are now coming into the show and his ultimate goal to get to his partner. So we also find out, of course, that Strand is gay, which in the flashback, at the beginning there when he's meeting Thomas Abigail, and he's kind of, he's laying him down, this kind of thing, they seem to be close, and at first I was like, is he gay? I'm like, is Strand gay? And I was like, well, I guess it makes sense. I guess he could, anybody could be gay. I mean, you can't tell if someone's gay just based on their appearance or not. But, it's like they're so close. It's not this kind of thing. It's like they're either, best friends that haven't seen each other for 20 years, or he's gay. And sure enough, in the end, they show it to us that, yes, in fact, my suspicions were correct earlier on. He is gay, and him and Thomas have a relationship, which is pretty interesting because, of course, Strand steals from him, earlier on, but yet after finding him and kind of tracking him down, Thomas decides not to, call the police and do him in, so to speak. Instead, he uses that as leverage over Strand to get Strand to work for him, it seems, or to at least do some deals for him and get him in with his operations. So and we kind of find out, of course, why is because he fancies him. He's interested in things other than his negotiating abilities, business skills, business abilities. So I liked how they worked in kind of the Katrina flashback too. You can see like Katrina with all the the disaster that created, and them talking about opportunities and stuff. And I just really liked all the flashback sequences. I thought it really explained a lot about where Strand is going, why he wants to go to Mexico, and how he got this yacht, and how he got so much money, it seems, and why is because he is he's involved with this Thomas Abigail. So it was great. So I really liked all of it. I thought the flashbacks were extremely well done, engaging, and really made my view of Strand has changed a lot. He's super badass still and everything, but it's changed. Now there's kind of a bigger bad out there somewhere. Thomas is out there somewhere, and maybe we'll see the two of them reunited at some point. And also, of course, Thomas's bodyguard who meets with Nick, which I thought was really good too, and they kind of save the group at the end, which was extremely, extremely exciting for the most part. However, two members have been taken by this Connor character. So man, I just really love the writing in this episode, and they said 3 episodes left, which at this point I'm like, damn, only 3, we're almost done. And these last 2 have been so awesome. It's like, darn it, only 3 left. So we'll see if this whole story arc gets concluded by the time the mid-season finale comes up, and whether or not this Connor is going to be some kind of long-lasting villain, or if he's going to be killed off in the mid-season finale. Travis and Alycia may find a way. And also too, so there's another character dynamic that I like a lot, is the sort of relationship between Alyicia and Jack, which is very interesting. As you're watching the episode, at least for me, the thoughts that are running through my mind is she going to use her her appearance in order to gain leverage. You want to talk about leverage with Thomas and Strand. Is she going to use that to manipulate him into, like, as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, like, okay, is she going to, use her looks? Because, okay, let's be honest. He's probably like a 3. And she's probably like a, I don't know, 8.7, depending on your taste. You could go 9 if you want. It's up to you. Or maybe if you're not into, that type, then maybe go down a little bit. But somewhere around there. So this is a Glenn Maggie zombie apocalypse type of situation. I heard the joke, Glenn uses the zombie apocalypse to date way out of his league. So I thought that was really funny and really kind of, it's got so much mixed emotions because, first of all, he's part of the group that's taking over the ship, and she seemed to kind of trust him and gave him some information before that may have impacted and helped them track the boat and find it and board and everything that as they did with Reed, who's kind of like their little little leader of the smaller group that goes on, and then you have Connor, who's the overarching one, or Negan, so to speak. So I really like that because I was like thinking, is she going to use that to her advantage? Like, is she going to promise to be with him or something and try to like manipulate him and then have him, like turn on the others, and then maybe after they'll kill him or something, something like this. And it was just really engaging and really thought provoking for how that's going to go and everything. And could she actually not want to kill him afterwards? Will she somehow, get like Stockholm syndrome and develop affection for her captors and this kind of stuff? So that was all really good, and I like the character dynamic too, and I'm interested to see what they do with this character Jack, because they've kind of made him, you can sympathize with him too, because it's kind of like he's forced to do this, he doesn't necessarily want to, and he is helping her out, and he is letting her, cutting the rope and stuff like this, so that maybe she has a chance, or this kind of thing, and seems to be protective over her, because he likes her, obviously. And she gives him enough with the hug and stuff, you'd think that she hates his freaking guts in that situation like crazy, and she just wants to kill him. But it's like she may be using that a little bit to her advantage, and we'll see how she actually feels about him if all of this is resolved and they're able to get away, and maybe he survives, but all the rest of his members of the group are killed. Could he join the main group? Would she be interested in that? Or does she resent him for being a part of that, and does she want to actually kill him, but she's acting the part? So I think all of that dynamic there, and whatever opinion you have on that right now, is great. It's definitely thought-provoking, and I really liked how they did it, leading it in the beginning of the season with the radio walkie-talkie type deal. Thought it was awesome. So aside from that, the episode was super exciting all the way through. I even liked the beginning with Nick. You got him swimming and you got him doing the guts thing. And even though we've seen that done before, I thought it's funny the way he kind of does it too. Is he puts it on like maybe like the Whispers do, where it's like a suit of armor type deal. Like he's going to put on his costume, like he's going to work. He's going to put on his uniform. He's going to grab it. He grabs the one's face. That was cool too. He like grabs his face, give me your face, and then he cuts it and then he opens it and everything. So I love that. The intro was awesome, and him running into the bodyguard for Thomas was cool. So all the stuff on the ship was really good. This Reed character I thought was, he's pretty dark and everything. Looks like he's probably gonna die, because he's been like stabbed through, and so we'll see what happens with that. It looks like they're taking him captive, and we'll talk about that more in the predictions video where we talk about what we think is going to happen next. Alyicia being taken, but we can assume that Jack's going to do pretty much anything to keep her safe. But then Travis is unfortunately not so lucky, and we'll have to see what Connor decides to do with him, or what happens with that next. So all in all, this was an intense, thought-provoking, interesting, awesome flashback type of episode, really well-rounded episode, and I'm going to give it a 9.7. This is one of the best episodes we've had so far of Fear. I probably put it at number 2, but considering the first one was the first season finale, I had a lot of spectacle. We got to see all of LA. We got to see all these different things. It's tough to beat, but it is a finale, so we can expect it to be this good. This is just like a regular episode, and I thought it was one of the most thrilling episodes we've seen so far. So not too much more else to say aside from that about the episode. It was fantastic. I loved it, and it's brought in a group of villains, which I feel like we kind of needed, that are overarching the episodes now, because you had Jack. He was talking to her earlier, so they've had a pretty good intro. They come out of nowhere. Chris is like, "Oh, should I shoot him? What should I do?" And then they run out to the rescue, but then it's all a trick, and Reed and the others are able to kind of take over. So awesome episode, man. That's all I got to say about it. It was great. It was really, really well done. And we'll do the video predicting what we think is going to happen next. It's going to be hard because I don't think anybody saw Strand being gay. Like before this episode and him meeting Thomas, at no point did Strand give me a gay vibe. My gaydar was off. He's totally stealth under that. I did not see that at all. Aside from the fact that he's in really good shape and he's really skinny, because gay guys tend to maybe it's something because they can kind of gauge themselves better, and heterosexual. I don't know. Get into this. You're an idiot, Trev. I have some homosexual subscribers, so not to piss. I don't want to piss off any of you guys. So maybe I won't comment on it. But he didn't give me any gay vibes, is what I'm saying. Please don't get me pissed off. If you are, then well, whatever. You're just looking for something to be angry about. But awesome episode. That's the point. Awesome episode. Love what they did with Strand. Loved everything in the episode. It was really really well written. Incredible stuff, man. AMC just kicking all kinds of ass, and I feel like Fear is becoming, like, as the seasons go on now, and we get some good episodes like this, it's like, the series can stand on its own. I feel like it's really getting there, and I'm starting to get to the point where it's like I'm looking forward to seeing the episodes a lot. Whereas before I was kind of like, yeah, it's cool because there's nothing else on. Now it's like, oh man, this is really something. So yeah, this is excellent. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys felt about it. If you went the other way and you actually didn't like it, then write your comments below. Let me know what you think. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. And if you liked this review, please thumb it up. Please, guys, don't forget to thumb it up. I always appreciate it. And if you're a dickhead, you can thumb it down too. I suppose that's fine too, because you guys, I know here there's like 30, 40, 50 of you guys. You subscribe to the channel and you dislike every video. I know what's going on. I'm with it. You can share a favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left to see more reviews and talk with us in the channel. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again in about an hour for the predictions for next week, episode 5. Damn, only 3 left. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys. You can share, you can favorite, you can subscribe. Hell, you're all going to be doing that.